Transport is the movement of people, goods, and materials from the place to place before the wheels was invented, of course. The only way to travel was on foot or to use animals. That's a little bit too obvious. The invention of the wheel made it easier to transport people and things further and faster. Today we can travel by road, sea, air, and rail. That's steampunk power, and even into space. Transport before wheels. Before machines, people walked everywhere they could, only move things that were light enough to carry. Over time, people thought of ways to move heavier objects, dragging and carrying. A long time ago, people had to move large stones or trees to build shelter. They moved these things by dragging them along the ground. They also had to move large animals they killed for food. These animals were either dragged or were hung for a pole and carried by a person at each end. Rich people had servants or slaves to carry them. A rich person sat in a seat or lay in a bed that was left and carried along. Seats and beds they are carried like this are called letters or sandals. Runner and rollers. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of but this made it easier to move heavy things along the ground. Sledges slide or moved on runners. Then people found that they could move heavy loads more easily by laying poles on the ground. When the heavy load was pushed on poles or rollers. Okay, this one.
Animal power.
He's thick! About 11,000 years ago. Okay, that's very long. Years ago, people started keeping wild animals for food, milk, fur, and wool. Then they used strong animals such as oxen. Isn't oxen one of those bull thingies? To pull heavy carts and pluck. Other animals were trained so people could ride them. Why don't you just put one of those red stuff on the bull and then you just drag it around so he can follow it? So he can just follow it.